Here's the first bowing pattern. It happens in measure 1 and all the measures like that. It goes down, circle, down, up, down, up, down. The next bowing pattern happens in measure 2. It just goes down, up, down, up. That one's nice and easy, eighth notes back and forth. The other bowing pattern, there's 2 more, happens in measure 10. I'll explain all of these with more detail too. The one in measure 10 is just down, up, down, circle, and while you circle, you pluck, okay? And then the last bowing pattern is in the last 2 measures, and it's just a run pony. And that was 2 measures of run pony. So there's really only 4 things to break down. Let's take it, we'll repeat each one a few times, and then speed it up a little bit. So in measure 1, in measure 4, and in measure 7, we have this down, down, up, down, up, down, up. First, I would just practice the circle. Make sure it's really quick. And then you set your bow down again. You don't want to crash. Circle and set. And then you have 6 16th notes. So in my head, I'm really thinking of that as 3 sets of down, up. So it's down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, so I don't think of 6 notes, I think of 3 sets of 2, okay? That helps me a lot. So down, pony, 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 okay? Practice that slowly with me. 1, 2, 3, go. Again, it's really important that you circle and set your bow down so you have a clear start after the circle. Again, slow. Pause the video until you're really, really solid with that one, okay? And then we'll try measure 2. Measure 2 is probably the easiest bowing pattern. When it gets fast enough, those are the measures that will bounce. It's really kind of too slow to bounce at this point. It needs to be almost like this fast in order to bounce and feel easy. So if it feels awkward to bounce right now, don't worry about bouncing if you're going really slow, just staccato. And staccato with a lot of finger curling will help you. So just try that measure 2. It might feel kind of weird with all the finger curling, but it'll help when you go fast. Okay, so that's measure 2. Practice that one until it feels good, and then we'll put together 1 and 2 really slow. Here we go. Down, pony, 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 down, up, down, up. One more time, go. Okay. If you need to, isolate each of the next measures. Do them 1 at a time, repeat them 5 times. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to play all the way through 1 through 10 because there's no new bowing patterns there. There's some other videos on my channel where I break this down 2 measures at a time or 1 measure at a time, so you can watch some of those. The first violin and second violin parts are the same, but here's the first 10 measures. It's the same bowing patterns. 1, 2, 3, go. Pony, 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 down, up, down, up. Again. Same thing, A string. I'll do that one more time now with the metronome, and I'm going to break it into 3 parts. You'll see we've got 3 measures of the same bowing pattern, and it happens 3 times. So here it is, first 10 measures with the metronome. Down, pony, pony, go. Next, 3 measures are the same. Next, 3 measures on the A. Hopefully that's enough. That's slow enough for you to figure out what's going on there. Almost all the time it's open strings. Sometimes we use the first finger on 2 strings. And then sometimes we have a C, just the 3rd finger on the G string. Otherwise though, it's just open strings when you're doing double notes. So here's measure 10. This one's a new bowing pattern. This one's not too bad, because we've already done left-hand pizzicato and we've already done the circle bow, but you have to do them at the same time. So for measure 10, you have to circle while you pit. So let's just practice that. You're going to go, and at the same time you circle. The left-hand pizzicato has the plus sign, and it's D and G. Like that. Okay. So once you can do those at the same time, you're doing 2 things at once, which is kind of tricky, but it's not too bad. Let's try measure 10. Here we go. Ready, measure 10 again. Ready, measure 11. It's the same. Measure 11 again, go. And now this time, see if you can make the circle a little smaller. We'll do 10 and 11, but we'll stop in between. Make sure it's a small circle. Ready, 10. Ready, 11. Ready, 10. Ready, and 11, go. So the circle should be really small so you don't go way out here. It's going to be really fast. Okay, let's go ahead and try 2 in a row, 10 and 11, but slower than I just played. 1, 1, and 2, pluck. And let's add measure 12 so we land after it. Okay, so measure 12 is just D and A, half note. Ready, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so pause the video, practice that until that's easy. And then let's go ahead, we'll do the ending first and then we'll put it all together. So I think that's the hardest part, really. After you get to measure 12, it's pretty smooth sailing. 12 is just a half note. And then we've got another half note, up bow. And then quarter notes. And it's all open strings. So there's really nothing hard going on there. It might look kind of scary because there's 2 notes at once, but they're all open strings. So here is 10, 11. Here's 12 to the end of this section. 1, 2, half note. Sorry, wrong strings. Ready, go. Circle. Okay, and it is just open D, but you will do a double D, which means you'll use your 4th finger. I actually do want you to use your 2nd finger, I realize, because you're going to be in 3rd position in the next point. So 2nd finger on the D, on the G string is D in 3rd position. So find your D with, it would be 4th finger, but you're going to shift and put 2nd finger on the D, on the G string, and then you'll play 2 strings. It almost doesn't sound like 2 strings because it's D and D, okay? So that's why there's 2 little note heads for measures 16 and 17. It's like this. I'm playing 2 strings, D and G, and they're both making the D sound, the D note. And you're doing run pony for 2 measures, And it goes 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and then measure 18. Then you see you're already ready for third position. Okay? So going backwards, we're going to now find measure 12 again, and we'll go 12 to 17 now with the shifting part on the G string. Here we go. 1, 2, here we go. Open strings. Quarter notes. And then we're here. And that open D is the beginning of measure 18. And you get to go on from there. So if you do hit measure 16 and it's a little bit out of tune, don't be afraid to kind of slide into it. That's okay for now, okay? You'll practice it more and more and it'll get more in tune. Don't forget to have your elbow come in a lot for the G string shift. All right, I think that was everything. I'm gonna now play through the whole thing like this. I'm gonna do 3 measures, 3 measures, 3 measures. And then we get to measure 10, we'll do 2, and then 4, and then 2. And I'll shout that out as we go. So here we go. 3 measures, first 3 measures, beginning. 1, 2, we'll take it really slow. 1, and 2, and down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Next 3 measures are the same. Next 3 measures on the A. And 11, go. Shift, ready, go. All right, hopefully that helps. Please let me know if you have any more questions, and thank you for being a great student. Bye.